Hello, my name is Tim Barrett, and I'm going to be talking to you today about our new learning initiative called eLearning2. This will be a pilot program with our ninth grade students starting in the spring semester. Before we get started talking about this initiative, we want to recognize that the greatest asset that we have in our district is our teachers. Our teachers provide opportunities for students to be successful. They're given the tools to learn effectively and efficiently, and with the utmost goal of preparing them for all of their future endeavors. This initiative is it's focused on learning, and it may be perceived as a technology-driven initiative, but at the end of the day, this is for the benefits of our students. So we're going to take a step back right now, and we're going to kind of look at the history of technology. And it'd be an interesting conversation to have with a student if we showed them a picture like this and asked them if they knew what that was, or perhaps if they even knew what these are. But on the flip side, if we go ahead and ask them what this is, I'm quite certain that they would have a very clear understanding of using sites like this as a resource and an opportunity to gather information. Again, to access those, students nowadays, it's becoming more and more common for them to incorporate personal learning devices such as this. And students are using their cell phones, they're using laptops and tablets, and these are becoming increasingly popular in our classrooms. But the reality is that everybody has their own device. They know what the strengths of the devices are, the capabilities. They have an understanding of how to use it, and the teachers have to have an understanding that they will not know how each one of these devices are used. The teachers are not going to be tech specialists or technology professionals. Instead, the teachers need to have an understanding of the general capabilities of what these devices can handle. And by doing that, teachers can prepare activities, can prepare lessons that we call it device agnostic or device neutral, which means that a lot of times they are open source programs, meaning that they can be produced on any type of learning device. So it's really important for teachers to have an understanding that to prepare for all of these new devices that are incorporated with this eLearning2 initiative. It's a reality that is we're dealing with as a global society. We're not signing off on one specific device. Instead, we are opening it up and offering for multiple opportunities for students to create and learn using these devices. So instead of as a district locking in on one specific device, we are choosing the route of, it's called BYOD, or bring your own device. What we have done is we have partnered with a major retailer where our students will have the opportunity to purchase devices at a very aggressive price. And with that, part of the partnership with the major retailer is that we will have support specialists in our building and open to all students and all teachers and faculty for them to solve all of their technical needs. And with that, one of the concerns would be equity, and just let it be known that equity has been well thought out, and it has been they have been an important discussions involved with making sure all students will be accounted for. And with that being said, we've made alternative devices available for these students if they choose not to participate, or they are financially not able to purchase these devices even though they are aggressively priced. We've made excellent resource available, the Google Chromebook available for them, which is an excellent tool, and we're finding that laptop is very, very popular amongst our students, and we see it as an excellent opportunity for them to use that as a learning tool for this initiative. So as a society, we are switching into more and more of a digitally minded society. Everything is tends to seems to be that is incorporate more and more technology into our lives, and that does not exclude the classrooms. A lot of our teachers in this district are converting a lot of their content and projects digitally, which is phenomenal. So this initiative with our ninth grade students, it is highly recommended that all of the ninth grade students bring some sort of learning device. And whether if they are already bringing in their device, absolutely, that's great. We support that. If they're using smartphones or iPods or iPads or laptops, if they're bringing those in, great. With the partnership with the major retailer will provide 4 different options to purchase at a discount, and we also have partnerships with CDW and Apple to buy devices also for additional discounts. So what that means is, for our teachers, is we have provided them time for opportunities for professional development, and they can use this time to collaborate with job alikes. They can modify or create new activities. They can work independently, or they can work with specialists within the district to learn new technology that's happening in the world, or work with curriculum specialist to help facilitate this second semester opportunity, that when hopefully all of the ninth grade students will be incorporating these devices. It's important to note that these devices absolutely will not be used in every class for every single day. It is used they're incorporated with the discretion of the teacher, and it's important to note that we make that a reality, saying that it is a pencil and paper is still an excellent form of technology that we will still rely on and use, and it's really important that these devices are appropriately used and used for the right reasons. And with that being said, we will be making parent dialogue and information nights coming up on next week, which would be December 11th and the 13th at the middle schools, from 7 to 8 in the media centers. So you have to check the district website for that information, or the individual websites. We will also be informing the students on Wednesday of that week and informing them of this initiative, and the contract is all but finalized and waiting school board approval for the Monday night meeting. And once that's done, you will be hearing more press releases and more details regarding this partnership. So with that, again, this is used as a tool in the tool case for our students to learn from. The goal is for the students to consider this as a notebook, a pencil, or a calculator for the students to bring to class daily, fully charged and used appropriately. The students will be given a 2-day training session in the middle of January, where they will be presented on the acceptable use and just upkeep and rules and regulations regarding these devices, and then we will send home a permission slip and get that signed, and then as soon as they return that, the next day we will provide them with a sticker to place on their device to designate that they are trained appropriately for these devices. An interesting piece of information we found was that Piper Jaffray did a study stating that around 40% of teens in the fall of 2012 own an iPhone, which is a very interesting piece of information. So the technology seems to be out there. With this initiative, we are focusing on this being a learning initiative. Yes, it incorporates devices, but at the end of the day, we are doing this to benefit our students, to give them the tools for success, to give them choice, to give them ownership in the activities that they do, and to give them a better overall learning experience. This picture here was taken at one of the high schools, or the high school in Edina, and it's becoming more and more of something that's more commonly seen, and it tends to be that the direction with more and more things becoming paperless, it's the direction in which we are heading. And with that, teachers' content is going from an analog to a digital world. It's transitioning. Teachers are continually increasing their digital classroom presence, and students are relying more and more heavily on using those classroom resources that are online. Here's another example from Edina High School of a student who has personalized their device. We found that the one-to-one laptop pilot that was completed at Southview in 2009, we found that the students did not necessarily care as much as they could have for the devices, and they didn't use it efficiently or effectively as we had hoped. We found that when they brought the laptop home at night, they didn't use it. Instead, they used their personal computer or laptop instead of the school provided. And by doing that, looking at this picture, this student obviously has modified it by placing stickers and taking more care of it and utilizing it in the most effective way, rather than perhaps on a district provided device, maybe not doing 100% of the productivity with the district device. If it's their own device, it's their one-stop shop for everything. This learning initiative essentially puts the student in the driver's seat, and they will use this device as throughout their entire time with Edina Public Schools. They will continue to use this during their time at the high school, and our hopes are that by giving this opportunity, they will build a foundation to give them success in the future. It also gives them access. By having these devices in the classroom, they have all of the resources that are online at their fingertips, with the guidance and direction of the teacher. This is an excellent opportunity for them to just enhance their overall experience. And our teachers play a very vital role in this entire process. They are the ones who will direct in class the learning activities, proper use. They will facilitate the projects and activities and ensure that the students are successful. Now, a great slide with incorporating this initiative is we recognize the outstanding teachers that we have in this district, and we multiply that times this increased technology that the students are bringing in, and with that, the end result is e-learning squared. It's continuing to will hopefully expand to future grades in the future, and our hopes are that these students will use these tools to help with their success in the classroom. Here's an example of some of the resources that we've been providing. In the upper left-hand corner here, this is a website for the teachers that we are providing professional development opportunities for, and the way that it works is we gave each ninth grade teacher a ticket allotment based on how many sections of ninth grade classes that they teach, and what they do is they take their ticket and they can submit it, and that is equivalent to, one ticket is equivalent to a block of substitute provided time. So the teachers can use that time, like I mentioned earlier, to collaborate, to research, to gather resources, or just plan for all of these devices. And then the second bit of information down here is we have been slowly providing information to our community, talking about the shift in education with the increased technology, and then as soon as everything is approved by the school board, we will give very clear instructions on this new partnership with the private entity and buying instructions for these discounted devices, and we look forward to it getting approved. Wrapping up here, one of the concerns with the a few years back with the one-to-one pilot was that the wireless strength in the buildings were not acceptable and they were not dependable. But we have been working this fall and into the next month or so on increasing the access points and increasing the wireless strength in the buildings to accommodate all of these increased devices. So that is one of the concerns that was brought up a few years ago, and it is being addressed and it is getting improved, and it should not be an issue in the future. And again, the school board will be voting on this at the December 10th board meeting, and they will be, as soon as that gets approved, it will be officially, we will release it, we will communicate to the families with all of the details that perhaps will answer any of the final questions you may have. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please visit the Edina Public Schools website for more information, or if you want to contact me, my name again is Tim Barrett, and my phone number is 952-848-4037. Thank you.